everybody, it's your man Rayshawn Link here with another episode of the Linko Show. And as promised, I have seven-time champion, offensive coach of the year. What, 5 times? Except for the 1 year
3.
when you got robbed. Should be 4 times, but you know,
2019.
we'll get to that. We'll get to 2019. Harrison Ingels, how you doing, my man?
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me.
Glad that you invited me to your humble abode. Some of y'all might not know about this because you only sign up to play football, you know, just to get uniforms and jerseys and stuff like that. But for a large majority of, you know, people who get into it for real reasons, it's all about the chips. So, again, definitely blessed to be here with, you know, such a great coach, somebody who's taking the game to the next level.
I appreciate it.
Of course, man, of course. This is our third interview, isn't it?
It is. That's right. We did the one on Zoom,
Yep.
and then we did the one in my kitchen in Worcester.
Okay, so,
Okay.
I mean, hey, what can I say, man? Championship level right here. Every time I talk to the guy, he goes out and wins the championship.
Men and women lie, numbers don't.
All right, so, Shamrocks first make a change. They changed from the Fury to the Shamrocks.
Yep.
Go into the New England Football League, win it, take a year off. Was there any thought in your mind that taking that year off would kind of slow down the momentum that the team had at the time?
Yeah, so there were some concerns. A big thing for us is the COVID year, we weren't actually allowed to practice. So we were down for playing. We told the NFL that we wanted to play, just let us know what the structure and the plan is. We actually held a couple practices. We had 3 practices. At 2 practices, the police got called on us. Okay. And the police came and broke it up and said, hey, we can't be at a public park in Marlboro. So they canceled everything out, and we just, finally, the NFL was like, yeah, we might play in New Hampshire. We might play in Connecticut. You know, good news, it's only semi-pro, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Once they said that, we kind of was like, well, we practice. For us, it matters. We're not just, we're trying to put out a good product, not embarrass ourselves in front of the fans because we have such good support in Marlboro.
Absolutely.
So we opted out for the season because of COVID, because there was only like 5 teams. It was like a mix of single A, double A, and then it would have been us and the Bandits, which shout out to the Bandits for their participation trophy. I know you're a former Bandit alum.
Yeah, I mean, once a bandit, always a bandit, but I mean,
congrats on your
I can't really co-sign for that either.
exhibition.
I can't really co-sign for that either.
I think they got rings.
They didn't get rings for that.
We can fact check that.
We're
But
gonna have to. Hit me up, man.
Definitely
I know
fact check
retire
that.
soon. I know you're retiring soon. You need to give me a call and let me know if you guys got rings for that. I will hope you didn't, because if I'm not mistaken, the Leo wasn't even exchanged that year.
They did ask us for the Leo back.
Like I said, the Leo wasn't exchanged that year.
They did tell us that we need the Leo for that. We told them no. I don't know what happened with it. But I do know a lot of the Bandits players. You know, my buddy RJ plays for them. He said it was an exhibition season. So I give the guys that knew that credits. But anybody saying that they won a championship in 2020 when the Marlboro Shamrocks did not play due to COVID knows that's an inaccurate statement.
Absolutely. Anybody who knows semi-pro for what it is, they know all the talent that year went to the East Coast Football League.
Yeah,
There was
they
only
had a good year during COVID.
Basically, that COVID year is what put the East Coast Football League on the map.
Yeah,
it gave a lot of the players in the NEFL an opportunity to see how we did things, and you know, from the media,
it helped a lot.
It did help. It did help a lot.
They had the New Milford Fire who won it that year. Again, I put an asterisk next to that because the Shamrocks didn't play. They had Dustin Linden, who at the time was still a member of our team.
Okay.
He said he was a rental player for them, ended up lying about it and staying, but it was a long commute for him. I understand that.
Because he's from that area.
He's from the area. So, I mean, as much as I broke his balls about it, to ask a guy to drive 2 hours to play for us when there's another competitive team.
New Milford is murder.
3-hour bus ride.
Yeah.
Yep. So I understood it, but the team that they played in the championship was the Bucks, which was a bunch of Taunton players and Shamrock players.
With the bulk of the actual key players, minus guys like Menace and Brady. Yeah. A majority of the key players on that Rocket team that year were Shamrocks Fury guys. So.
Yep. So it was a good league. We were a little concerned going over the next year. So everything happened in the NEFL. There was a lot of communication and backdoor dealings that we kind of discussed last time we talked. But we decided to make the move to the ECFL, and my biggest concern was that we start earlier. I was telling my guys from the very beginning, we just had a year off, and this league starts earlier, which means we're going to be playing in games that are hotter for a lot longer. So I definitely felt like there was a little bit of rust having that time off, but the guys were great with practice. They really were.
So fast forward, COVID ends, the East Coast Football League starts back up, and there's a flood of teams that come over from the New England Football League.
Yep.
What even seeing all the changes, I'm sure you heard from a few of your players who said, hey, the league is actually not that bad. What was the deciding factor in saying, you know what, we're going to leave the New England Football League, which has been around forever, and go join the East Coast Football League?
So the deciding factor, probably there was two things. The first being the NEFL was just very shady with their operations behind the scenes. There was a lot of conversations, which again, I mean, I feel like I was asking valid questions and concerns about teams that were losing guys and their credibility to be able to field a team. We had multiple games against opponents at home that were canceled on us in 2019. So we lost 2 home games due to teams not being able to field guys. And then there were other teams that had people leaving, semi-pro.
Yeah,
Everybody hops teams, except for on the Shamrocks.
Absolutely.
But so there was a lot of arguing. I was asking questions about teams and their ability to field competitive rosters. And it turned into, guys arguing and pointing fingers and then blaming each other for things on the internet. And I just didn't like how things were being operated. And the second thing was when I did reach out to Jim Harmon, I asked him to not tell anyone that I was talking to him. And that was a test for me because I knew if someone else said, hey, the Shamrocks are looking to join the league,
everybody in the league would have found out about it.
Everyone would have found out, and that means Harmon, the commissioner, would have been telling people. Nothing came out of the other side. So I appreciated, the conversations that we had, just how candidly he spoke, how honest he was about everything. He did kind of tuck it up our ass a little bit, sending us in the Connecticut division, but
yeah. I mean, I feel like he made you earn it. You guys came over as the talk of the league, defending champions, no asterisk, the defending New England Football League champions.
Well, there was a lot of talk between, is it the Shamrocks or the Fire? So the benefit of being in the Connecticut division is we went and we shut them up twice.
You got the opportunity.
We shut them up twice, and that's something that they got to live with. I think by the end of the year there were some tensions in the beginning. I think at the end of the year it was a respectful rivalry. They knew, like, you guys got that. We'll take our COVID championship, but they stopped posting about it, which I appreciated.
Well, not for nothing. I will say, at least, Coach Lack over with the New Milford Fire, he's one of the stand-up guys in the league.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He was a good guy. He was always friendly with me. We had good conversations online, good conversations pregame.
Yeah.
I got, I think everyone knows I don't get along with Dustin.
Yes.
That's more Dustin's fault. Dustin, creates these.
There's a history for that.
But we were friends, and he just, fabricated a situation to hype himself up for a game, and I think it's carried its own legs from there. I wish him nothing but the best, and maybe some mass gainer because he's looking real skinny. But I do like those guys. I like the Fire. I like DJ. I like Coop. Kimball. They got a lot of good guys that are very, very quick to come up to you and congratulate you. They handled it with grace. So.
Kind of hard for them this year to even get the opportunity to, I guess, repeat losing their star quarterback as well, like towards the end of the season. So.
Yeah, oh man, that's. Oof, I had some feelings about that, and I do like DJ. We've had conversations privately that'll stay private. I definitely, one thing that shocked me was, I'm happy he signed the deal, but to not play in that last game, man, couple ways to look at it. You can look at it like he just had to protect his investment. I prefer to look at it like he didn't want to play us again.
I was going to ask.
So he didn't want to win that game.
How would you have felt? Now, I mean, obviously neither one of us can speak for Coach Lack, but if you're the defending champion and your star quarterback, and again, I'm not knocking DJ. You go get your money, boy.
Yeah, I mean.
But speaking of it from the coach's perspective, you have the defending champion, the defending league MVP, and they're kind of rolling. They were in a good position when he left. How would you have taken that, losing your star quarterback at such a crucial time of the year?
I mean, that's and maybe I got some growing to do if it happened, but that's a relationship ending. And again, I know Blake's dedication. He works year round. He's inside throwing, so I could, he's moved weddings around. He's played hurt.
Yeah.
But if I was in that position, that would crush me. That would crush me. And again, I might have to grow here, but I don't think I could move past my quarterback saying, "Sorry, man, last game of the year." And that's just me. Like I said, I understand DJ's perspective. Mm-hmm. He's investing in himself, so I get that. But if I'm one of the 50 guys that have been fighting with him since March, my man, that's spitting in my face, and
I have to agree with you.
That's painful, but I get it. It's such a hard.
You can see it from both ends of the spectrum. As again, we both played semi-pro. We've been along in it for over 20 years, both of us, which is crazy. Man. And I couldn't imagine where a league or just even a level of football where the quarterback is number one most important position 100%. On the team, and you have such a good one, and you lose them right when the team is rolling. Again, not to keep picking on your DJ, but it's just one of the things
it's not picking on him. It's a real conversation.
It could have made the difference.
Especially because
what happened?
He didn't even fly out. It's not like he went, "Hey, we beat Taunton, guys. I won't be there next week because my flight's in a couple days." Mm-hmm. He was home for the chip. Yeah. He was home for all of it. So he was strictly just protecting himself. But I mean, I think that, and again, it's football. Anyone can get hurt, but I feel like we all play this game with the mindset we can't get hurt. Yeah. You have to trust your offensive line. You have to trust your coaches to put you in a position to not hold the ball too long. And I don't know, man. That's a tough pill to swallow when your guy's not there for the semis.
It is. I mean, congratulations on their run. The Fire had, their year where they were at the top of the mountain, and congrats to DJ on making the move. We hope to see some film. But, definitely tough for the Fire moving forward, trying to start over at that position. But
I hope he goes overseas and throws 50 touchdowns.
I hope he does, too.
I hope he goes and kills it.
I hope we get to see the whole journey unfold, DJ. Much
because guys are quick to discredit when guys go overseas and do a lot of that stuff.
They hate.
And that's all it is. At the end of the day, I wouldn't even cash the first check. The first check they give you, I'd frame that, DJ, because that's still you're putting yourself out there, and it takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of guts to just pack up and go somewhere completely unfamiliar with people you don't know to chase after something you love doing. So
I hope it goes well for him. Country.
I hope it goes well for him. I think the Fire are definitely gonna.
They're gonna miss him.
Struggle without him. I believe Coop is gone. I don't know if that's confirmed, but I know CTP is trying to just merge the fucking teams, man. Just merge. Make better competition. Maybe you guys can finally beat us.
There's enough teams in Connecticut as it is.
Yeah, okay? Fuck the Fire. Fuck CTP. Call yourselves Megatron or some shit. Just join together. I'm sick of it.
So moving on. Fire, it became, once DJ stepped away, it became pretty evident that they probably weren't going to be one of the teams that, were going to give you any opposition for the championship. So then it became more of a situation where you were playing teams that you were used to, teams like the Bandits, Southern Maine, teams from the NEFL who came in and in their first year rose right to the cream of the crop.
The only two teams that had fed me a loss was the Bandits and Maine.
Fast forward to the playoffs this year. We've basically covered everything in the previous shows about, leading up to this point. So start off the playoffs with CTP.
Yep, the third matchup.
Yep, handle them.
24-0.
24-9.
Got them off, and to their credit, they were the only team that beat us.
24-9. That's why I wasn't even going to mention them.
Yeah.
So you go on to the Bandits. They give you a run for your money in that game.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought game. We beat them 17-7. They so a big kind of mantra for our team this year. Hamp started it and Slime started it. They owe us money. Any team that beat us, we just had that mindset like, oh, they owe us rent money now. We got to get our money back. They bullied us. So regular season, we got Maine, we beat them. And then Bandits last year beat us, so we wanted them bad. So them coming to us, hard-fought game. They're a good team, although I'm going to go on record right now, and I don't give a fuck who has a problem with it. The quarterback for the Bandits led that team 9-1, and then they pulled him and put Gio in.
Well, I mean, what exactly are your thoughts on that? Because, I mean, the quarterback that they did have did great. Had a wonderful year. Wonderful year. Great record. But it's got to be hard, though, when you get such a talent like Gio to come back who, he plays overseas. Not overseas. He plays arena football. Great athlete. has led them to championships as well. As a coach, is it hard to make a decision like that to go back
It shouldn't
to somebody?
be. No. I mean, we just had the same discussion about DJ. And what did I say? I said, at the end of the day, I would look at it like, yo, DJ, I love you, but you're spitting in my face.
Yeah.
But I understand chasing your goals, chasing your passions. How's it any different than Gio doing it?
Yeah. So
Gio at least was gone the whole year. But I'll tell you what, if Gio makes that decision and he missed everything up until the semifinals,
so I mean,
Gio, man, we appreciate it. I'll see you next year. And you're in a tough spot. You got to remain neutral because it's the Bandits and he's your friend.
No, I mean, hey,
but it's not right.
It's not right, and you're right. Gio's my guy, and as a coach, it would probably be a hard thing for me to do. But looking at it, being in the situation that I was with the Bandits, you're right. I'm going to be kind of biased. I'm going to be kind of biased towards Gio.
I couldn't do that.
It makes you think.
And I like Gio. I like Gio, but it's the camaraderie, the chemistry, everything that their quarterback on the Bandits did, thrown out the window the second you do that. Yeah. You make that decision, and I think the dysfunction came through when they only scored 7 points and lost to us. I mean, they're a great team. They're a great organization year in, year out. Yeah. But I think in this case, they fucked up.
Yeah. So I mean, it can cause dysfunction, and I'm just going to bring it back a little bit to New Milford. You know, it made me think of something. We're talking about quarterbacks here and the quarterback position and how important it is. Gio coming back, you would think that would cause a little friction. But
definitely.
Again, just to bring it back a little bit to DJ, you think maybe something might have been happening with the team for a guy who basically was the face of that squad and to just leave at that time?
So I don't have any inside information or anything. Again, I had some conversations with DJ. My private conversations with him will be private. But what I can say, and this is not confirmed from DJ or anyone on the Fire, but if you look at how DJ left, they upset Taunton. Huge Dana Plant touchdown catch. Moss, I think it was Shaq, like between two guys. Great. They win the game. Now they play the Admirals to go to the chip, you know, to the chance to play us again, which again, I mean, we would have. Oh, this is the best alternative because we would have destroyed you. We would have whooped the shit out of them in New Hampshire. They would have the worst bus ride home of their lives. But anyways, the opportunity to play the Admirals, DJ left, and he didn't get on the flight after that Taunton game. He was home for like 2 months. Yeah. So I think it's safe to assume that something happened behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something had to have happened to just say, nah, you're the league MVP.
Franchise quarterback.
The franchise, the face of the team. He's on the game posters. He's putting up pictures of him trucking Make-A-Wish kids on the Mustangs. Like everything, you're flexing, like. His body's built like a beanbag, but he was, you know, flexing on these guys. And then, biggest game of the year, he just checks out. Yeah. There's something going on with that.
Yeah.
And I heard, you know, there was some friction with some of the coaches and the players. I heard that a couple guys said that, you know, after our second game, they said they didn't even practice in pads.
Really?
You know, I don't know how you. I believe in practicing smart, but
playing flag football,
to not simulate how you'll play seems weird to me. And then again, the mystery of him just stepping away. Yeah. Biggest game of the year. There's more to that. I hope maybe you can do an interview with DJ.
That'd be great. Hey, DJ, anytime, man. You know how to get a hold of me. I actually know how to get a hold of you,
DJ, get in the seat. Step to the mic. We need to hear about this. Something.
We got to find out what happened.
I promise you there's more to that.
I'm sure there is, because there's no way you just lose your quarterback in such a crucial.
Think about when they start. We're having team meetings in January. You're on a grind from January to October. You go and put 9 months into something, 10 months into something. He didn't get on the plane, Link. Yeah. He just said, best of luck. Yeah. And then not only did they lose their quarterback, but they had to use Nick Kimball, their best slot. So they lost their best slot for their quarterback. It affects, it's a domino effect. Yeah. It's like when we had to use Johnny when Blake was out. We lost Johnny at slot receiver, our best receiver. So.
Absolutely.
There's more to that. I hope, DJ, you'll do an interview. That would be awesome.
Anytime, D. Anytime. Got the seat there waiting for you, nice and warm. So speaking of quarterbacks, you know, since we're on the subject, you know, you get past CTP, you get past the Bandits, and now you play the Admirals in the semis. Excuse me, in the championship. Might as well have been the semis, the way that outcome came.
Yeah, but
Costa, MVP of the year of the league. had a great season. How were you guys able to neutralize them for, just about a majority of that game?
So it is funny. Jeff and I we had a little bit of a history. We kind of got into a little bit over a flag game. He played for the Lions, and it wasn't even that they whooped on us. The Lions beat up a flag team I was trying to start. I asked them to play to kind of learn about the flag, but it was like stuff that happened before, things were said. And it's funny, but after that game, the respect I gained for Jeff, he came up to me, shook my hand, had nothing but nice things to say. People will say we neutralized him, and he did raise a good point. We were talking a few weeks ago. Jeff actually he said it was the same stats as our quarterback who won the MVP.
Really?
So when you look at it from those perspectives, he did score 2 touchdowns very late. The game was kind of out of hand, but I told you, and you'll vouch for this. I told you in February last year we were going to play the Admirals, and I told you exactly how we were going to beat them. I watch a lot of film, and we knew to neutralize Costa, the best thing to do is just have them watching. Have them watching. They're already a very one-dimensional team on offense. They love to pass, which I get. Yeah. I get when you have an arm talent like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And your system, you can't fault that. But defensively, they were mud butt, just sandcastle soft. We knew coming in we were just gonna absolutely bully those guys. They looked like. Man, they looked like a bunch of AA rats just scurrying around.
And it was a terrible day weather-wise as well.
Only at the end. It was perfect weather till the fourth quarter.
You know what? You're right.
We beat the shit out of them.
I wanted to go, and I didn't go because the forecast said it was going to be horrible.
Yeah.
It ended up being
no rain till the end.
Magnificent weather the whole game until the very end.
Yeah,
That's right.
Make sure the champagne mixed in with that rainwater for me. That was, like I said, at top games, that was a complete game for us. We had like an 18-play drive at one point. We knew we wanted to bully ball. They're all just super weak on defense. They're super weak and you could see it on film. I actually do like their corners, but we didn't even have to press throwing them because the 4 and 5 front they had, I'm telling you, it was just a bunch of terrible, like they might have been volleyball players that the league got canceled, so they tried to play football. That defense needs an overhaul, man. And they know it. They can feel however you want to feel, but watch the film and tell me I'm lying. You know what I mean? Like I'm sitting here saying everything I said against them, and they got to look in the mirror and be like, team hangs up 35 on us. I can say what the fuck I want in this chair.
Not for nothing. At one point, the game did look out of hand.
It was out of hand.
So
even at the end.
Yeah,
even at the end. And credit to them.
You can get mad, but the film doesn't lie, and it is what it is.
Credit to them for trying to play all 4 quarters.
And that's why I do give them credit, because it could have looked a lot worse, but they were able to pull the big boy pants up and at least try to go out on a good note.
Let's clap it up for him. Let's clap it up for him.
That was great.
Nice job, guys.
That was great.
Nice job.
I was happy to be at home
watching
that in the comfort of my home and watch that they did not just lay down.
Congratulations,
congratulations
to the Admirals for almost not getting blown out.
So, you capture another championship. Now, for you, this has got to be a dream come true as a coach. 4 years, 4 straight championships.
Won the last 2, lost the first 2.
Just to go.
Even the record out.
There's a lot of players in this league who've been playing for a long time and have never even played in a championship game.
Yeah.
Wasting their $100 if they paying their dues. Wasting their summer standing on the sidelines to not even get there.
Yeah.
So to go to 4 straight, that's got to be one of the reasons why the Shamrocks are able to basically get any player they want at this point.
Yeah, that's definitely winning always helps recruiting, right?
Absolutely.
Winning helps recruiting, but at the end of the day, as much I'll do these interviews and talk shit, it's the players that make it go. If they're not at practice, all the posting, all the talking,
nothing's getting done.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate that everybody works so hard, sacrifices their Thursday nights, their Wednesday night for films. Offensively, they're there Sundays and Mondays throwing. These guys, they make it happen just from committing so much. And I always tell people, if you're looking to play semi-pro and do the bare minimum, you're probably not going to
Play
win.
flag.
You're not going to win. If one day of practice is enough for you, I'm questioning why you want to do it. You know, and these guys on this team, they all go above and beyond. They're all there early for throwing sessions. They do extra work. I'm weird. I'll call receivers and ask them routes to make sure they know the plays.
As you should.
You know, it's been a fun time, man. It really is a coach's dream to keep winning. So hopefully we can just do it again next year. That's the goal, man.
Well, I don't know if it got brought up before, but I think we were talking about it. I mean, every time I've interviewed you, you're either coming off a championship or you're going to win one. So, you know, let's hope that this continues this year, because, you know, at least for my case, I need the views. I wouldn't mind it. You know, I see a lot of people trying to jump on the bandwagon, getting rings that don't even deserve them. So, you know, hey, if y'all win it next year, I guess I can get one too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. You'll be there from day one. You're in there. We got some good additions. I know you asked me earlier off camera. I'm not willing to share names yet.
That's fine. That's fine.
And it's not because I'm trying to hide anything. We've both been around semi-pro long enough to know that
what you say now,
signings aren't signings until they're there.
Absolutely.
So,
I
but
remember last time we spoke, I was giving you praise for signing Kevin Viega, and he didn't even end up showing up. I bet, Kevin, do you wish you would have played this year? Do you wish you would have played,
So I'll come out and say it. Kev's supposed to be with us this year.
Okay.
And I'm very excited. Kev,
he's good, man.
Don't do this shit to me again. All right? We've been speaking. I'm hoping that Kev plays with us because that kid is
he's a baller.
Talented.
He's a baller.
He went to the Glads.
No way.
And
well,
last year,
he's
you know,
friends
last
with
year,
a lot of those guys, though.
Yep, last year he drank the Glads Kool-Aid, and you know, like I said, the conversations have been positive. I'm taking him at his word because at the end of the day, is really what you have is your word.
Yes.
So we've had conversation. I've told him, hey, I'm not asking you to come to us to waste your time. I wouldn't do that. So Kev, let's get it, man. Let's get it. You don't want to eat. The Glads are folding, they said.
Supposedly.
So everyone's going to go to the Admirals, you know, which I understand, but there's only one ball. Yeah. You know, and if anyone's shown value of having a game plan, I feel like it's the Fury and Shamrocks the past 4 years.
Absolutely.
So if you want to win, you know what to do. You know what to do. All right? Costa's too pretty. Costa's too pretty, man.
I tell you what, though, he looked damn good in the green and white uniform, though. But we're going to leave it there because I don't want to get my man caught up in no kind of tampering. That was from me. That was from me. That wasn't from him. But he would look good in the green and white. So anyways.
We got number 11.
Hey, let's make it happen. So you get past the Admirals. You win the championship that I think a lot of people knew that you were going to win.
See, I felt like people were drinking the Costa Kool-Aid. You know, this was his year to win the AAA one. And, you know,
I think
not that I care if we're underdogs or favorites going in. But
I think it was more hatred towards the Shamrocks because, let's be real.
What can
here.
there be to hate on the Shamrocks?
Well, the fact that you done beat everybody ass in previous years in the Super Bowl, who the hell want to see you win it again? So, I mean, at this rate, people are just hating on you guys because they don't want to see you win.
I'd hate me too. All right? I'd hate me too, Link. I'd hate me too. Okay? I would hate me too.
I just have to say, seeing you grab that trophy, I think I speak for everybody in the league that you have by far the best post-championship game video ever recorded in semi-pro history.
Which one?
When you had the ECFL trophy in the car. I mean, gold isn't the word for it.
I try and have fun with the post game, with the memes on the board and everything. It's, you know me, so it's very different. You've known me since I was 17.
Yeah.
And Link will tell everyone that I've grown a lot.
A lot.
I used to get in fights in the stands. I've grown a lot, but the internet has a way of making me seem worse. I come across different, but I'm telling you, if you know me in person, it's all in fun. All the six-pack edition shows I do, and I get so many messages, and people think that I hate them or I do things, but I really don't. I just try and say things that other people won't because, one, I mean, who doesn't like attention? Everybody likes attention and views. But also, I just do it for the humor and the fun of the league. Yeah. Because I promise you, the league, whether you like it or not, is more fun when I'm talking shit.
By far.
and when we're winning.
By far. When the league has the villain that everybody doesn't like, it makes it so much more enjoyable.
How bad do they want me to lose next year?
How bad did they want you to lose last year? That's why everybody was picking against you.
They want the Shamrocks to lose, not because they don't like the players. It's because they don't like me and fucking Adam. All right?
I think Adam, Adam for sure. A lot of them really want to see you guys lose because Adam.
They're sick of seeing them rings and they're fucking, like, I'd hate me too.
Stop him and his brother from winning.
All right?
That's all you got to do.
My Infinity Gauntlet's complete. I'm about to get another one.
Look at, I brought it up when I first walked in here, but how many households you know where they have the ring sizes right on the mantle?
Hey, this is how we operate.
Ring size are right on the mantle. I mean, doesn't get much better than that. Doesn't get much better than that. So speaking of ring sizes in championships, you get past the Admirals, and you make your way down to Florida to play against the Brooklyn Seminoles. Oh boy, those Brooklyn Seminoles.
So
had quite a lot to say before that game.
So before we get into that, woo. So we reached out to the Detroit Ravens.
Okay.
We reached out to the Detroit Ravens after we won in 2019. And we said, hey, we want the Detroit Ravens. They're the #1 team in the nation. At the time, they bitch slapped Taunton. Taunton went down and just got absolutely massacred. Although I heard Taunton was at the strip club and Waffle House, anywhere but the football field. So let's clap it up for the Glads getting a vacation. Okay? You know, not actually winning down there, but you had a good vacation.
Good vacation.
Okay,
Can't
they
beat
got
that in February.
They got the Migos, the bing, 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 bottle of tequila, living their best lives. They got smoked by Detroit. So me, I think anyone will tell you I want to play the best competition. So we reached out to Detroit this year, and they bullshitted me on Facebook. Absolutely, two great organizations. Dude, as long as you win your league, I'm like, we won the league. What's up? We want it. Let's get this going. Like, you want to play the best team you can play.
Of course.
Left us on red. They booked another game. I guess the Minneapolis Warriors or something were talking shit on a forum. The Ravens said, this is personal. We got to whoop on their asses. They were like ranked 13th or something.
Got you.
Detroit lost. That's another story. They lost, which is just too funny. But anyways, so I had reached out to Brooklyn on Facebook, and I had reached out to them in the preseason. And I asked, hey, let's set up a game. And Brooklyn talked crazy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy shit. I've never seen a semi-pro team act like they float above the rest of us. These guys are like, you fucking clowns want to get scraped in nationals. We could have just done it at our field, but you want to get blown out on YouTube.
You want to go all the way down to Florida to take that out.
Yeah, they were talking crazy. So I had started talking a little bit on the page, trying to call them out. You know, you got to have the Twitter fingers a little bit because
got to get the hype going.
It worked for the Warriors. They got the #1 team in the nation to play 13. So I start talking a little shit. Fuck you, fuck Tim's. 6'9's your hero. Just chat shitting. Having a little fun. Fuck you. All they got is fucking 50.
All they got is bing bong.
Exactly. Like, fuck them. Fuck New York. Weakest city. So it's just funny ass shit like that. Trying to get it going, trying to get a little bit of hype. I reach out to their coach, Tony Spina. We had some good conversations. At the time, we were still waiting to see if we were going to be invited for the #1 national championship game.
Okay.
Because we had one loss, and even though we were defending national champions, we throttled the Texas Colts, back-to-back league champions. They weren't letting us know at the time.
Gotcha.
So I reached out to Brooklyn, and I had spoken with Ralph Lopes and Jim Harmon, and I said, we can just play a game, call it the FTL National Championship. Like, who cares? It's still two great teams, and we'll get to play the best team we can if the NFE won't give it to us. Brooklyn wasn't too warm on that. For some reason, NFE just has a huge stranglehold, which, okay, no big deal. That's fine. You want to go through NFE. So Tony and myself, as we spoke, we decided, being together would be a lot better than being apart. We hung up the phone. Both of us messaged NFE and requested the other team.
Gotcha.
So they were ranked 2. We were ranked 3. And Detroit was ranked 1, but they had already chosen the 13th or 14th Minneapolis team.
Game they lost, by the way.
Yep, they lost. So NFE, Jim Nugent reached out and he said, so we'll play you guys 2 and 3. Whoever wins will be #1. you guys play the 7 o'clock game.
Gotcha.
So it finally happened on the national stage. And there was just, some rats from the fire like Dustin and the little AA water boy teams were like, why didn't you just play up here?
Yeah.
We earned the right to go to Florida. Who cares who you play in Florida as long as they're a top team? I don't give a fuck if they're from New York or from Cali. Like,
who the hell
the
doesn't want to go to Florida in the middle of the winter?
Best team we could play, too. Undisputed. You know what I'm saying? So
undefeated. Like, come on.
They're in the ECFL board. And they just
talking major shit.
They just start talking.
Oh.
And I do have some respect for Skip. I like Skip. I've talked to Skip a little bit. I can't think too highly of any of the other guys. After the game, I like their quarterback. The quarterback was a good guy.
He was a good athlete. Yes,
so and this is how fucked up it was. Okay, so we go down to Florida. All right. I'm a stickler for practice, which to any recruits, if you're coming to the Shams.
Hey, hold on. Before you even say it, I'm going to make sure that the camera is right on you because they need to say this. I'm going to have you look right into that camera.
So if you're coming to the Shamrocks, make sure you're not busy Thursday nights, because if you can't practice and you can't learn a playbook, this is not the team for you. I'm a practice stickler. We all work very hard in practice. But we get down to Florida. We book 2 practices. We land on Wednesday. We practice on Thursday and Friday.
Gotcha.
We go practice Thursday, and Brooklyn's watching us. They go to the turf, and their coach is like, yeah, we saw you practicing or whatever. We watched for a little bit. Like, we show up the next day at another field, and Brooklyn is there.
I did hear about that.
No pads, no helmets, just a bunch of fucking schmucks playing catch.
Couple packs of backwoods, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. They're rolling up. They're all fucking chilling. We pull up, and they're like, I'm not going to censor myself. Put the camera on my face.
Put it right back on you.
Okay.
There you go.
We pull up, and I'm crisscross applesauce, okay, on fucking Skip's Tim's. We pull up, and all you hear these fucking clowns go is, it's a bunch of white boys. It's a bunch of white guys. Link. This is how disrespectful it was. So we kind of go to the side. Mind you, they did not pay for the practice field.
Yeah. You guys had a permit for it.
We had a permit for this field. We practiced there 2 years ago when we were playing Texas.
Yeah.
So I go over, and my players immediately, they're like, let's just walk in the middle of this shit. I'm like, guys, if they don't leave, then yeah, we can do that. Let's just not go be dickheads right now. We don't know if maybe they're just running a few minutes late.
Yeah.
So I go over, I'm like, hey, who's Coach Spina? Because I hadn't met him in person. I'm like, which one's Coach? And, they're the douchebag David Miranda's like, I'm not his father or something like that. And I'm like, dude, just point to who he is.
Whoa. Skirt. David Miranda didn't play with you guys?
David Miranda would never be welcome on the Marlboro
He played for the
Shamrocks.
Brooklyn Seminoles that day?
He got kicked off the CT team, and he went to the Seminoles for the rest of the year.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He lives in New York?
I don't fucking know.
I thought he was a local guy.
I don't even think. I think he lives in like a cardboard box or something. He's a fucking weirdo.
I thought he was a local guy.
No, he was down there. Eyes.
Really?
He had his eyebrows all lined up and shit. He's a fucking weirdo. So anyway, I'm like, "Where's Coach Spina?" He's like, "I ain't his babysitter." I'm like, "Bro, can you just point me to the coach?" He's just there. Get the fuck out of my face, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he sucked. When I ask another guy, he tells me, I go over to Coach Spina. I'm like, "Hey, Coach, like, we got the permit." Coach kind of might be a New York thing, but he's like, easy, we'll be done in 4 minutes. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna argue. Like, sure, man. So we walk over. I give them 5 minutes, and then I just tell my guys, let's just walk out there because they're taking their fucking sweet time. So they're chirping at us. They leave. They go back over to their cars. They're just rolling up. They watched us for about 40 minutes, literally screaming how we were trash. Y'all fucking suck. You guys are shit. Like, they were talking crazy shit. We don't say anything back. We just, we had a couple guys, Teddy, guys that weren't talking, chirping at him. But we're just, the rest of us, the guys that are playing, are all getting what we got to get done. Fast forward, we finish. They're still talking like, you guys need 2 practices, bro. You don't even know what the fuck's going to happen to you. Just like, again, I know they're a best team I've ever faced.
They were undefeated.
100%. Best team. They seem like they win every year. They were by far the best team we ever faced. But they are just a bunch of fucking shitbag human beings. We get to the game. Pre-game, they're out there warming up. They're talking usual shit, which I don't care. I'm for all this. When I say that they're shitbag human beings, I mean it.
Yeah.
But it's because of what happened at the half.
Oh, at the half.
Okay, so when I say y'all are shitbag human beings, I mean it.
Yes.
Because of the things that transpired at halftime.
Yeah. Let's start off from my perspective, being in the stands, filming the fact that they got a kick out of walking off the field and talking shit to all the wives and girlfriends.
I'll get to it. I'm going to get to it. And their coach did it.
Yes.
So, and I'll get to it. So, we get into the game. Everything you could want, man. The fucking two best teams in the nation. Don't at me with nothing else. Amazing. Like, there couldn't have been a better game. And again, our mantra, we got to get our rent money back. Brooklyn beat on us in 2013 in a regional game when we were the Fury. And again, they were still chirping about that online, which is weird. Like, it's been fucking 7 years.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But, so we were kind of like, they owe us. Like, they beat us. We got to go get that rent money back. That was Hamp's thing. Like, Hamp led us there. And we get into the game. First drive, boop, 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 walk down the field, touchdown.
I thought it was going to be a long day for those boys after that first touchdown.
Great first drive. Great, it should have been a long day.
I was like, here we go. Here comes the ass whooping.
Yep,
I thought it was coming.
Yep, can't take back turnovers, though. You know, that's part of the game. We had the ball 3 times in the first half.
Yep.
Scored our first drive, second 2 drives, we turned the ball over in the red zone. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. So they come out and they were on fire the first half. We thought they were going to throw a lot more than they did. They didn't have to stop their little midline QB option in the draw at all. So first half, we struggled. We're up 7-0. Then they go up into the half 20-7. And this is like, I've never seen anything like this. They were telling us, fucking suck us off. Fuck you. Y'all are fucking trash. You guys are a fucking disgrace. Get ready for a 40 bomb. We go into half. I'm like, we ain't even going to the locker room. Get down in the fucking end zone. We'll talk down there. Let's stay out here, stay in the moment. Yeah. Because we had moved the ball well. We just had the 2 turnovers. But we were letting them extending drives. So I go up to Hamp and I say, Hamp, you just got to give us the ball back. 3 possessions ain't enough. We just need the ball back. I know the defense. Best defense we've ever had. We know they're going to sort their shit out. Yeah. They're going to make their adjustments. We're going to be okay. Offensively, we just got to stop turning the ball over. We know we're in this. We're moving the ball well. The calls are there. We start hearing them. They're walking off the field, and we're at our bench still getting our shit to go to the end zone. And they're saying, fuck you guys. Then they get to the track, and they start talking to guys' girlfriends and wives. Fuck you. Fuck you supporting them too, you fucking ugly bitch. The craziest shit I've ever heard. Their coaches screaming at girlfriends. So, and that's not the worst of it, Link. I know what you're thinking. Wow, these are shit bags.
But it's not the worst of it.
They are shit bags. But here's where it even gets worse. So on the way to the locker room, Brooklyn decides to tell our girls, like, all their bullshit. Fuck you, you sluts, you bitches. Disrespectful ass shit. They go to the locker room. And they decide that the game's over. You stupid fucks. They start smoking weed, drinking out of bottles. You're a fucking disgrace to the game for one. I don't know what fucking teams you play that are just going to fold up shop because you guys got this big dick energy at the half.
Now, the lead was only 20-7.
And that's what I'm saying. It was only a 2-score game. They're acting like they're up 40. But that's not the worst. So number 5 on the Seminoles decides to sucker punch a 17-year-old like a fucking coward. I guess he went to the snack shack and he was wearing a hoodie and said something like, oh, watch the comeback. He fucking punched the kid and had other teammates grab the kid. And they're punching a 17-year-old.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Y'all are fucking shitbags. You are fucking clowns.
Yeah.
That's a disgrace to the game. There's no place for that. You don't walk off the field and talk a bunch of shit to guys' girlfriends. Telling them to fucking blow you and fuck off, bitch, and this and that. And their coach did that too.
Yeah, no, I was sitting right there.
So I don't want to hear it didn't happen because it happened. Unless you're telling us 100 people are lying.
No, it happened.
So fuck that. Then you're drinking, and that's just karma. You stupid fucks. You stupid fucks. I hope that fucking pack hit right, that Marlboro pack. Isn't that what they say? Bing bong, fuck your life. I'm so sick of these stupid pricks acting like they're gods at Lincoln. And again, I'm with the shit talk online because I do that too.
Absolutely.
But they were going crazy to fans.
Yeah.
Hitting a 17-year-old kid.
Yeah.
That's not football.
No.
That's not part of the game. There's no part of the game for that. I can't respect them because of that. You know what I'm saying? I have no respect for an organization that does that.
Absolutely.
And it's a shame because, like I said, best team we ever
Yeah,
played.
they're talented.
Best team we ever played.
It was a good game.
When I walked across the field, I have like a thing I do before games where I walk the same pattern.
Yeah.
And I remember walking by, and I was going down the 45, and I was watching their DBs and receivers running routes. And I was blown away at the speed and physicality that they were running with in pregame. Mm-hmm. I was going, this is going to be a fucking crazy game.
Yeah.
And if you could erase what happened at halftime, that would be the best game I've ever, best game I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
But you can't erase a team acting like that.
They got what they deserved in the second.
And exactly. And now for them to make you only won by 1 point. Go fuck yourselves.
You were winning by 14.
You were winning by fucking 13 and you fucking choked. You lost. Fuck you. Hold that shit. It's that simple. None of that enjoy that. Hold on to it. Because the next time, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to hold on to it. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Go. And it's so funny because they are just convinced that we got lucky. So Link, I don't know if you know that they didn't have a kicker.
No, they didn't.
You were allowed.
I find it weird because most New York teams don't for some strange reason. I don't know
but
if
also,
New York, they don't kick or something.
We were allowed to add 3 players to our roster.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you add a kicker?
They didn't think they needed one.
Why wouldn't you add a exactly? They didn't think they needed one. They thought they were going to roll over us, and then they didn't, and they want to use the we didn't have a kicker excuse. Get the fuck out of here.
They actually used that for you?
Yes, they did. Okay. They used the kicker excuse. So fuck all 5 boroughs. All right? The only one who gets a pass is 50, Banks, and Papoose. All right? No one else, bro. Fuck the rest of the city. All right? Fuck. I'm on record saying fuck the rest of the city.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I was in attendance. I was doing the stream, and what I saw at halftime was a disgrace. I heard about the punch afterwards, and that made me even more upset because, I mean, I know those guys, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And
it's a shame, man.
Yeah, exactly.
And after the game, they line up and they shake hands, and I'm like, I respect their quarterback. Their quarterback
he played his ass off.
Played his fucking ass off. I guess he had a broken foot. I don't know how accurate that is.
But
regardless, he played a fucking great game. He was out there working. We made adjustments in the second half, and they didn't. Yeah. It's going to come down. When you have 2 teams at that high of a level, it's going to come down to who makes that extra play. Mm-hmm. And we did that. Mm-hmm. So for them to discredit it and then try and shake it off, oh, well, we didn't practice it. We didn't have a kicker. Those excuses are so fucking stupid. Those are your doing. Mm-hmm. Take the shit more serious, and that wouldn't happen. But I can't stand how they behaved at the half, and that's why that game doesn't hold that best game of all time to me.
Yeah, they definitely put a bit of a black eye on semi-pro with their actions during the half. To their credit, I will say that the way the game ended, taking that loss, they took it a little better than I thought they would.
I agree.
I thought that at the end of the game, similar to the game prior to yours that lasted like 20 hours, how it was going to get kind of
they started
at the end.
No, they didn't.
But
there
for
were
the
no
most part, I will give Brooklyn the credit. They took that ass whooping like men.
The fuck else you gonna do?
Talk shit and make excuses like they did on.
Well, they're still doing that.
That's
online.
what I'm saying.
They're still doing that online. But
at least
you
they
know
didn't
what?
do it in person.
They had one guy back out of a $1,000 bet. They had another guy who was supposed to bet us his helmet. He backed out. So I can't respect that because I'm telling you, we all know what I did to the Texas Colts helmet.
You wanna remind everybody what you did?
I pissed all over that shit. And I was gonna do it to Brooklyn's helmet, and they didn't want to put the helmet up. I was gonna piss all over that shit. Because I don't have respect for them. They didn't earn my respect
not at all.
because of the halftime actions. Mm-hmm. And that's a shame. So now I have to hope we can run it back.
Yeah.
Now I just got to hope we get to run it back. Hopefully we finish 1, they finish 2, we get to have another game. Mm-hmm. And it can be a football game because I'll take the win, man. But way to sour it by having, our loved ones and friends down there telling us that guys were fucking bullying them and
Yeah.
cussing them out. Coaches too. Like you're
Yeah.
supposed to set an example.
Yeah, nah, they absolutely thought that they had that game.
They thought they were going to win by 50.
Definitely.
100%.
All right, so we're gonna get ready to wrap things up here. It's been a great conversation, one that's been long overdue. How I'm gonna wrap this up now? We're gonna do a little word association.
Oh man.
Okay?
You're setting me up.
Hey, that's what we do on the Linko show. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It can't be all copacetic. We gotta add a little controversy in here. But I'm gonna throw out a name, whether it be a team or a player, and you just tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. All right. So let me see. I'll start with an easy one. This guy deserves a lot of praise. So Chris Chambers.
Awesome. I mean, we're lucky to have Chris Chambers, man. Semi-pro is better because of Chris Chambers. Guy does a lot. A lot of stuff is behind the scenes what that guy does. I mean, he paid for 10 flights to Florida for guys this year. He covered villas. That guy is a unsung hero that doesn't get the credit he deserves. I'd say, awesome.
New England Football League.
Snakes.
Snakes.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I ain't gonna say nothing else about them
I
snakes.
think that one fits very well. New Milford Fire.
Red Teletubby? I'm picturing DJ with that beanbag body and that fucking head. That's fucked up. DJ, my bad, man.
Hey, DJ, that's all right. You got your R&B thing going, you know what I'm saying? You got the nice shiny lips,
also,
making the lips nice and shiny, doing your thing for the album covers. We see you, boy. That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, I think malnourished, AIDS patients too because of Dustin Linden. Mr. fucking 0 sacks against us, watching from the sidelines. They call Anthony Davis Street Clothes Davis. That's Street Clothes Dustin. Fuck him.
Taunton Gladiators.
Fucking dirtbags. I'm glad they folded. No. They're fucking dirtbags. I think that a lot of the respect that we had for each other went out the window this year. But, I mean, that's the greatest rivalry in semi-pro history was the Fury Shams and Glads. But, yeah, I mean, they're just a bunch of fucking dirtbags.
Jeff Costa.
Cannon. He's got a cannon. I mean, that guy he throws a good ball, man. And, again, the respect I have for him went up a lot this year. If you asked me this question last year, it would have been a different answer. But the conversations we've had, I mean, I have a lot of respect for how he handled that loss. He shook everyone's hand, head high, and it wasn't just good game. It was conversation. So, I mean, he's got a cannon, and, I got a lot of respect for Costa now.
Here's a good one. Jim Harmon.
Misunderstood.
That's a good one.
Misunderstood. I mean, I was his biggest critic when I was in the NEFL.
That's why I made sure to mention him.
Yeah, he's been a straight shooter with me, again, except for tucking us in the fucking Connecticut division. Actually, no, I'll call him a scumbag. Let me change that. No, he's been a straight shooter. I mean, he definitely, he gets the internet. You know what I'm saying? He understands.
Yes,
he uses it to troll, which is what it's for.
Yeah.
You use it to troll a little bit, but he's a good guy, and I really do think he just wants to help semi-pro grow. And he'll do that, in any way that he can. I do like Jim.
Absolutely. He's got the idea that the East Coast Football League is the players' league, and I totally agree with that. This league has gone above and beyond to make sure that it was all about what the players were interested in and doing the things that the players wanted rather than just, I hate to say slave owner mentality, but I'm sorry. Being
I understand,
in the NFL,
you were locked in with teams. Yeah,
exactly.
you were locked in with teams.
Exactly.
I get what you're saying.
Exactly. Let me see. Did I already see? No, I don't think I did. Blake Rice.
The GOAT. Blake is, I could say, underrated too. For some reason, when people have these conversations about the best quarterbacks, they're saying DJ. They're saying fucking Costa. And I don't think that they understand what Blake does. And for anybody who might be wondering, go watch the championship game for the Admirals and watch Blake hand the ball off, carry out his run fake, see the running back cut back, and he turns into a lead blocker. Okay, you find somebody that's more checked in with the team. Moments don't rattle him. You know, he puts in the extra work. I mean, our relationship, I think in our 2 years together, we've had one fight. You know, he's super coachable. He doesn't act like, oh, I played 4 years college, I can't learn anything. He's helped me develop the offense, tweak the offense to be more successful. And, you know, I'm sure he's learned some stuff from me that we've gone over. And, yeah, I mean, he's the GOAT, man. Semi-pro, 2 chips in 2 years, 2 nationals in 2 years. Like, he's going to win as long as he wants to stay in this league.
It's what you need in order to have a successful program as a quarterback that invests in the program. He's all in and is the definition of a leader. And I think a lot of teams fail to realize that. They go with, you know, the talented guy that pops on film. And a lot of times it's not necessarily the right mix of the guy to lead your team.
Stats are great. Everybody likes stats. I've never one time had Blake come to me and say, oh, I need to do this. We need to throw this so I can get a touch. We go down to the fucking, if it's a run, he hands it off. If the key is there, he'll throw the RPO. He's not ever trying to chase stats. He's not ever trying to look pretty. He just wants to win. And that's an invaluable asset, man. You know, I know the Admirals were loving it with Costa, 45 touchdowns. And I'm not picking on Jeff here. You know, Jeff will tell you need more structure and a better game plan at times. You know, you have to be able to run the ball. You have to be able to do every facet to be a championship team. And I think Blake just fits in. If we're not running the ball, I can have him throw the ball 30 times and he can have those numbers. But he's never pressing me to get numbers.
I got one more good one for you. Adam Ingels.
Oh, man. I mean, that's a love-hate relationship. You know,
I definitely understand.
Yeah, I mean, that's my brother. You know, it's we've grown a lot. There were times where years back I wanted to fucking fight him and put hands on him, and you know, he's probably felt that way about me about times. He never would. He knows what would happen. But yeah, man. I mean, I love him. That's my brother. You know, I'll be at his wedding in April. You know,
Congrats,
he does a lot. You know, it's. People break his balls, including myself. Man,
including myself. We had our moments where we butted heads, but it's like it's an acquired taste, kind of like yourself. I explain that to people all the time who say, "Fuck Harry,"
because they don't know me.
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah,
bro.
it's the same thing with Adam.
It's the same thing.
Adam gets a lot of ball breaking because he's just a special teams coach. That's not true.
He's been around for a long time.
Adam does so much for the team too.
Yeah, exactly.
He does so much for the team too. He all the paperwork. He sponsors the team. We have Huddle Sideline because of him.
Yeah,
like
and that's expensive.
It's $2,000 to get the
expensive.
and I mean, he does a lot. He's gone out of his pocket a lot of times to get just little shit, water and tape and help us find a trainer and he does so many little things behind the scenes. But like me, because he's outspoken on the board, it's very easy because you need someone to hate.
Of course.
You need someone to hate.
Especially when that person is winning all the goddamn time.
We're winning. We're bragging about it. Talking shit, making memes. Hey, how many times I said this? I'd hate me too. Okay? I'd hate me too. And Adam feels the same way. Hate him. He doesn't. We don't give a fuck if you don't like us.
I think he thrives off the hate.
Yep, but it's one of those things. You come to this team and everyone who's came here has stayed for one. Yeah. But the people that have retired and stuff, it's great. It's everything, it's a different atmosphere. Yeah. You're like, you come to the Shamrocks and you're not just wasting time playing football. Yeah. You're playing to win. Yeah.
No, it's the same vibe that you guys started off with when Chambers had the Fury back in the day. It was a situation where, as you should, you ask the players to buy in, and if they did, it was going to be the best situation that they could ever ask for.
Not for everyone.
And it's not for everybody because not everybody wants to buy in.
Yeah.
Not everybody is going to make
Some people want the stats.
They want the stats, or they just want to do it on their terms.
Yeah.
And with you guys, I have always given you the credit that it didn't matter who it was. It could be one of the best players on any team. If they wanted to go to play for the Shamrocks or the Fury, they was gonna do it on your terms, and if they didn't like it, see you later.
Which I feel like that's how if you want a consistent, and to build an organization up, that's how you have to do it.
Absolutely.
So
coaches, stop selling your soul for the talent because it's not worth it. Trust me, it's not worth it.
I
Not
agree.
at all.
I agree, man.
Trust me.
I agree. While I got you, I want to hear it now.
What's up?
Okay. 2022 season.
2022 season.
Who's your pick to win the chip?
The Marlboro Shamrocks.
I'm just making sure because you were a lot more hesitant last year when I asked this question.
I did say you guys were gonna win it though.
No.
I did. I said you were my pick to win it, but I wanted to see how things were gonna come back.
You
together.
said I could see you winning it.
Yeah, of course.
But my pick was the Bandits.
I'm gonna look it right in the camera. If I say the Bandits is gonna win the championship, don't listen to me. I'm gonna pick them all the time. That's my squad. That's Bandit family. But when it came down to it, and I really had to say who I thought was gonna win, I said the Shamrocks.
Okay.
Just because, again, you guys do it the right way. You got guys at practice. You practice twice a week. You got guys buying in.
We got uniform combinations like Oregon.
I mean, it's
all right. Come
even-
run out the green
even-
smoke. Come
even
run out the
something-
green smoke with us.
You know what? Even something like that is major because I'm sorry, no offense to Dave Patterson, but the New York Patriots, all the hype they get is mainly because the uniforms and they brought the
Fuck are
smoke.
the New York Patriots.
The New York Patriots from the IFA, the first team I ever saw use the smoke.
You already know how I feel about New York, so they're already trash. Okay, but Patriots, whoever you are, we'll play you for $5,000 in the preseason.
No, the Patriots, no. Patriots don't accept that challenge. Y'all don't want that.
I don't even know who you are. Never watched a second of film, but
They're
I'll
independent.
fucking bury you.
They're an independent team. Don't even waste your time. However,
Oh, there's shit like that?
they're one of those teams. But they got a lot of props and a lot of praise because they made it to a couple of the independent championships, but they always had the fire uniforms. They were the first semi-pro team I saw with the smoke.
Okay.
So
I like
that's
that.
why I feel like they got the name, but it kind of seems like they haven't risen much above independent status.
It sounds like they need to find a league.
It seems like they need to find more talent.
Okay. So the shit.
That's how it goes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to end it with this here.
All right. Last, what do you got for me?
Going into 2022 season,
Okay.
I've heard rumblings that this could very well be your last. Is that the case? Are we witnessing what could become the end of an era with the Marlboro Shamrocks?
So you're a fucking scumbag. So going into this season, I have to get my master's degree, and the way it works for teachers, if you can believe that, I'm a teacher.
I know, right?
I have 5 years to get my master's, and I put so much into football that it's hard for me. I'm taking a couple grad classes, but I'm kind of putting myself under the gun where I'll have to take multiple classes because after this year, I'll only have 2 years left.
Gotcha.
So there's a chance I might have to take a year off to finish my master's up because it would probably be 3 classes.
Got you. So this isn't necessarily a retirement. It's
No,
just
no.
stepping away from the game.
And that might not even happen. I never said 100%. You know, there's a lot of, don't try and ruin recruiting. This is how you can tell he's a fucking bandit.
I mean, you
This
know,
is how you can tell he's a bandit.
I got to make sure we get the intel. Oh, don't worry, I'm going to send that message after I leave them. But no, on a serious note, it was a pleasure watching you guys. I'm very excited, you know, going into the season and now be the
I'm excited to
media
have you
individual
with us.
covering. It seems like it's a long time overdue. I ruined it because, you know, I could have 7, 8, 9, 10 rings when my man asked me to come coach with him, but I was too busy wasting my time.
4 years ago, I asked Link to come coach wide receivers for me.
He did.
And we've won
did.
4 rings since then.
He did. My mantle would be heavy like that one, but, you know, I chose to do other things which crashed and burned, which is kind of funny seeing is how Phoenix is supposed to rise from the ashes.
That's what happens when you try and start a semi-pro team and guys don't want to buy in.
That's what happens.
Every team expires, man. It's just how fast. Look at Taunton.
You got to have the buy-in. And I feel like even with Taunton, you know, even when they were rolling, I feel like they kind of lost their way because unlike you guys, it was, we'll take anybody. Yeah. You come here, you come on here, you come on here, you join. Whereas you guys, again, you make it known right up front. If you don't want to do it our way, don't even make the draft.
We talked about it before, and I'll shout out my guy Menace because I know he felt some type of way. So on an interview before, I said, if your big signing is a 35-year-old Menace, then that ain't fucking it. And I remember a couple people told me Menace was hot about that. And I think he took it the wrong way, because what I meant in that way, Menace knows I like him. He's a good player.
He's
love
solid.
him. He's a smart football player, and I'd like to have him on the team. What I was saying, is that if that's your marquee signing, that is not the best thing for your team. You should be, and there's nothing wrong with saying that. You should be trying to hit up colleges. A couple of weeks ago, I spent 3 hours reaching out to college players, not realizing that COVID gave all the seniors an extra year.
Oh, okay.
So that hurt my recruiting a little bit. I talked to a lot of them, and they were like, "Oh, I got another year, but I definitely love the Shamrocks."
Yeah.
So hopefully that comes back around for us next year. But yeah, that's all I was saying is, and I think that, if you look at it, the Shamrocks folded. The Shamrocks were gone for years before they came back. Every team is going to fold. It's important to not just take semi-pro veterans. You have to develop guys. You have to give guys an opportunity. We rotate a lot on the Shamrocks to let guys develop and get work, because at the end of the day, you see so many teams with 30-man rosters because guys don't want to give up every Saturday to stand there and watch when there's another team in their inbox telling them they can play.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's hard. There's a lot of sacrifice on our team. We have guys that want to play more, don't get to play, that could play, but winning
cures all. Man. Hey, and shout out to my man Menace while we're talking about him. You finally made the right decision. Can I even say that?
You can say that.
Okay, you finally made the right decision. I think you might have to change the dreads to green. You got the red, but we'll work on that. But glad to see you joining the squad. I'm looking forward to getting all the coverage.
I did get told Menace was coming to the Shams, and again, I hope he does. I hope he does. I've been around long enough to know I don't count it till I see him on that first day.
Absolutely.
But like I said, to Vega, like I said to Menace, come be a part of something great. You won't regret it. The atmosphere, your first time going to the Prospector after a win, your first game coming out of that smoke in the tunnel. So many semi-pro guys have just been running out onto a field.
You get dressed on the sideline.
You get dressed on the sideline.
Hey, captains!
Yeah, you got your girlfriend and side chick on opposite ends of the stands if you're lucky. Yeah. We got fans. We got locker rooms. We're coming out to smoke. We got Can Man singing the anthem, which, I would try and get rid of that, but for some reason they keep having to do. We got, names on the jersey. I got a young buck here watching the interview. He cares about the names on the back. That's how you can tell he's young. How old are you? 21. You don't care about the name on the back. You care about the name on the front. That's the guy with 0 rings talking. But yeah, man, it's going to be a fun year. And, what's the date today?
Today is Saturday, February 26th.
I'm guaranteeing the Marlboro Shamrocks three-peat.
All right, you know what? That's where we're going to end it. You heard it here first. Saturday, February 26th, 3:32 p.m. Coach Ingels says Shamrocks are going for 3.
Guarantee three-peat.
Guaranteed.
Guarantee it.
Lock it in. Write it down. Rewind it. Watch it again. It's going to do it for us.
Pin this to the top of the forum.
It better be pinned. Actually, we do things a little bit different now because people like hating on Bishop III Media. So if you want to watch this, you probably on bishop3rd.com anyway.
That's right. I forgot.
You know what I'm saying?
Stop reporting posts. If anyone reports this post, you're from the Seminoles. Bing bong. Fuck your life.
Bing bong. And on that note, we out of here, Harry. I appreciate you having me at your crib. Looking forward to the season.
I'm excited, man.
Finally don't got to travel far to do the games.
Stay tuned, by the way. Bishop III going to be doing a little Hard Knock series on the Shams. Oh, yeah. You get an inside look at some preseason, going into a preseason game, and then during the season, a little bit of practice, the preparation that goes into a game, which we're going to win them all. So make sure you check that out. It's going to be awesome.
A little sideline cam.
That's it.
Maybe a little field cam.
Helmet
cam.
We're
working on some things. Helmet cam. We're working on some things, but y'all stay tuned. Bishop III Media, you know how we roll. Again, my name's Rayshawn Link, here with Coach Ingels. I'm going to just start calling him Coach Champion. God damn it, that's all he do is win. So, Coach Champion, thank you again.
Thank you, man.
It's going to do it. We'll talk to y'all next time. I'm having a hard time talking today, but that's all right. That's what happens when you're in the presence of greatness.
That's it, man.
Harrison Ingels, how you doing, man?
Ring. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
I couldn't help it but see the rings. As you see, I had to post them up and put them on display because,
The next 2 are on the way. They're still being made.
Yo, hold up. We're going to have to redo that whole shit.
No.
Yeah, because I got just your face right now.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I'm Rolling right now. Testing, testing, testing.
Check, 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 check.
Yeah, you good.
Is that good?
Yeah, you
You need me to check, 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 check?
No, you good.
Okay.
Keep it right there.
Perfect.
Because I can always boost up the volume after
Okay.
too, but I'm getting good levels.
Sally sells seashells down by the seashore. Unique New York. Unique New York. All right. Link, repeat after me. Excuse me, can I please borrow your iris wristwatch?
Excuse me, can I please borrow your Iris wristwatch?
I can't
Fucking say that shit. Iris
That's,
wristwatch.
I do, yeah, no one can. It's tough.